Hello my crafty friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna use our stash and we're gonna make a card with some old die set that I found in my stash. I've got a quite big box full of Simon Says Stamps dies, and I I was I'm a big fan, and I was purchasing quite a lot. I was spending a lot, but I've not been using for a very long time. So today I decided to take them out and choose a couple. And I'm gonna use this tanks, that is a sentiment on a line, and this beautiful leafy die. So I look as well, so I decided to use some leftover cardstock from my stash, and I've got a box. I've got a few boxes. So one is full with pieces of white, black, and metal. So when I found some pieces that don't want to waste, of course, I'm just gonna put it there. It's full of even tiny bits under. And then I've got one box specifically for color wheel cardstock with all sorts of bits inside. I've got a chart as well inside. I love these STAX containers. They're very, very convenient. Anyway, what about we start and we make a card? So I decided to decut the line sentiment in matte gold cardstocks. This is from the Treasure cardstock from Spellbinders, the gold type. This one is a white glitters cardstock. I decided to cut my foliage in it, and I've got it in my stash for a long time. I don't know where it's come from. Now I'm just gonna I wanted to have different colors green leaves, but so I decided to do some shading, to do some ink blending using twisted citron, lawn mold, and pine needles. So I'm using now I try to use without add any ink. I realized they're quite dry, so let me bring my inks. So I've got a full pad of twisted citron, that is an oxide ink. Then I've got the mowed lawn, I don't remember now. Anyway, and then I've got mini cube of pine needles. Now I stuck my I die cut 2 more layers of the tanks in white cardstock, and then layer them together. Now I'm using a piece of acetate, and with a palette knife I'm just gonna make it like a thin layer, and I'm just gonna see if it works. I'm just gonna dip or like smoosh a little bit the word tanks. In this case, actually, I didn't even smoosh. I just put it down on my glue, and then pressing down a little bit with my pocket tools, and now I'm just gonna layer on top of one of the whites. Using my tweezer, like align it better, but I think it works fine. I mean, you can do with the drop of ink at the back, or die cut in, attach first of all to the paper, attach a sheet of double-sided sticky paper, and then die cut it after, so it become like a stickers. But I think the wiggle room that the liquid glue give you is extremely helpful with the die cut like that. So now it's already quite sturdy, but I will attach another layer. So as I die cut it twice, one on the glitter cardstock and one on the ink blended, I've got 2 different type of leaf. I mean, so I decided to make 2 cards. So let's start with one I kept together with a bit of pressing seal. Now let's choose some background. I've got this 3D embossed background for a while now. I think this one was from 2023, if I remember correctly. This one is a classic backdrop. I use it many times. I love it. I'm probably going to use it again. Oh, I like this one as well. Yes, I decided I'm going to use those two and keep the rest for another time. I've got plenty of panels. And yeah, I think they're going to work like that. What do you think? I like it. So let's start. So I got this frame. It was from a panel that I had where I cut off A2 size, actually no A2 size, smaller, a smaller panel under, but I cut it so aligned, so perfect that I can use this one as a frame. So when you die cut a shape in some cardstock, think of if you can use that cardstock as a border, like a frame, like I'm doing now. So try always to stay in line if you can. So no wasting anything. I just dropped that. And now I just attach into I think I attach it directly to my card base if I remember correctly. And it's time to attach my panel. I die cut my emboss panel 4 by 5 1/4, so it will fit nicely inside my 80 cards with a bit of a sparkly gold border. And by the way, I die cut my sentiment again in the same gold sparkling cardstock because I don't know, I wanted the border to match my sentiment, so I die cut it again and glue on top of my other one. And now I'm just gonna put some glue on my leaves and get it attached to my panel. Just like that. Now I'm gonna just detach the first bit so I can put my sentiment there. But I want to keep the rest with the pressing seal, so I keep it nice and straight. And yeah, I think I'm gonna attach it there in the center, a bit of glue there as well. And I'm gonna put something on top to let it dry. Now I'm gonna remove the excess. I'm going to cut off the excess from with my scissors, and before I finish it with my embellishment, I'm gonna do the other one. I'm gonna attach the other ones as well. So this one I cut in black as well, and the layer offset it with the white, so it gives it this cool shadow effect. And I'm gonna use a panel of black cardstock that I trimmed slightly smaller than the A2, so I'm gonna have a very tiny little border. This is a piece of black cardstock that had some splatter, accidental splatter, so I'm gonna use it for as a background panel. There you go. It almost looks blue from the screen now, but it's definitely black. And because it's such a tiny little border, I need to be very careful when I touch it down, so it's nice and even. And again, this one as well, I die cut 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm just gonna put some foam at the back and the foam mounted to the card base, with leaving again a tiny border. That is, I didn't do a great job on this one because the bottom part is slightly smaller, but too late. This type of foam, unfortunately, doesn't let you make mistake. Now a bit of glue on this one as well, and attach down to my lovely embossed panel, pressing down, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna lift just a tiny bit to put my sentiment in it. There we go. And the color of the sentiment match the color of the card base, so there is a return, you know, because the embossed panel is a bit more like alabaster, so it's not white, stark white. And the leaf as well, the glitter cardstock, is very creamy color, so this sentiment was a bit too strange without, it needed something. So, and that's it. I'm gonna let it dry, and now it's time to embellish my card. Now here I realized that my pressing seal ruined a little bit this panel, this the color panel, because I didn't use actually watercolor cardstock. I used a cheap cardstock that I bought to try, and I didn't like it, so I'm not gonna use it as a card, but I mean I'm gonna use it just for stack stuff or to color on top and then die cut. But I didn't realize that the pressing seal it got attached to it. It's never happened to me before, so I was a bit of a surprise. But I don't mind the distress effect, so I wasn't too bothered about it. I think it give a cool effect after all. Now for this card, I'm gonna add a couple of half gold gems, half pearl, and I just choosing the position, and just add a couple here and there. I think that's it, is enough. What do you think? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I did a good job there without even looking, without checking. Now on this one I decided to use this old old set of stickers. It's so old that they're not that sticky anymore, so I need to add the or at least some of them is not sticky anymore, the star. So I need to add a bit of glue anyway to this one, just to make sure I don't lose them later. And with the help of the tweezer, I managed at the end to attach everything. And that's it. That's my card done for today. I'm happy that I used some stuff from my stash, and I really like the way they come out. I hope you like it too. And I hope that you're gonna go through your stash, find some old dies or stamp set or embossing folder or anything that you've not been using for a while, and give it another a bit of love. Just make something with it. You're gonna enjoy and be happy that you did. So thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.